Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a massive and honestly super high-stakes project that happens in the hidden world of data centers, server virtualization migration. We're going to unpack all of it, and our guide is a fantastic deep dive report from the tech advisory firm Virtualization Options LLC.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. 4 simple parts. We'll start with the why, then get into the how, talk about what can go wrong, and wrap up with why it's all worth it in the end.
So let's just start with the stakes, because they are incredibly high. The report we're looking at, it doesn't pull any punches. It says that the single riskiest part of this entire process is moving the data. If you get that wrong, well, the results can be, and I'm quoting here, catastrophic.
So what exactly are we talking about? The absolute best way to get your head around it is to think of it like a digital house move. It's like you're packing up every single thing that makes a company run. All its apps, all its data, its entire operational brain, and moving it out of an old, kind of creaky house into a brand new state-of-the-art home. And that, of course, brings us to the first big question. Why on earth would anyone sign up for something so risky, so complex, and so expansive? You know, what's the real motivation for a digital brain transplant like this? Well, the research really points to 4 huge drivers. First, there's cost. A new platform just runs more stuff on less hardware, which saves a ton of money. Then you've got performance. Newer systems are just plain faster, and they can grow as the business grows. Third, security. This is a big one. Modern platforms patch up all the old holes in older tech. And finally, flexibility. It's about being able to use all the new tools, like a hybrid cloud.
Okay, so a company's decided to take the plunge. What happens next? Well, everything, and I mean everything, hinges on the plan. You wouldn't move your house without a blueprint, right? A digital move is no different.
And the report is absolutely crystal clear on this point. You want to know the #1 reason these huge projects fail? It's cutting corners on the planning, rushing that assessment phase. It's a total recipe for disaster. We're talking major downtime, lost data, and budgets just getting completely blown out of the water. So a good plan has 4 essential steps you've got to do before you move a single byte of data. First, you have to know what's in your digital boxes. You profile everything. Then, you got to make sure all your digital furniture is actually going to fit in the new place. Third, you get your moving crew, your technical team, prepped and ready. And finally, you tell everybody what's happening. You get all the business stakeholders on the same page.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. There are 2 main ways to actually do the move. The first is called a live migration. It's kind of like trying to move your dishwasher while it's still running a cycle. It's tricky, it's complex, but it means almost no disruption. The other way is a cold migration. You just shut everything down, move it, and then turn it all back on. It means more downtime for sure, but for really complex systems, it's often the safer, more reliable bet.
But look, even with the most perfect plan, moving day itself is always a little chaotic, right? And in the digital world, it is packed with potential dangers. So let's take a look at what can go wrong. And the chances for things to go wrong are very, very real. The firm's research brings up a pretty sobering number. Get this, more than 60% of these projects end up going over their planned timeline or their budget. That's a huge number.
So where do things actually break? Well, according to the firm's experience, nearly 40%, almost half, of all the problems that pop up after the move are all about the network. It's like the digital plumbing in your new house gets all backed up.
So how do you avoid all these pitfalls? The experts say 4 strategies are just key. First, comprehensive testing. You do a full dress rehearsal. Second, you have a detailed rollback plan just in case you need to move back. Third, you do it in phases. Move one room at a time. And finally, robust backups. You have to ensure your digital valuables.
And all of this leads us to the final and really the most important phase. After all the planning, all the risk, what does success actually look like? What's the real payoff for finally settling into this new digital dream home?
Because the real point of all this isn't just the move. It's not just a change of address. The real goal is to build a fundamentally better home for the company's digital life, one that's way more efficient, a heck of a lot more secure, and is built on a foundation that's ready for whatever technology throws at it next.
And when it's done right, the benefits they're not just theories. They're tangible. A case study from the report shows one company that redesigned its network during the move, and the result? A 30% boost in performance, a 60% drop in security incidents, and a 40% jump in management efficiency. I mean, that is a serious return on investment.
So we'll leave you with this last thought.
In today's world, with technology accelerating like it is, a digital move isn't really a matter of if an organization is going to face one, it's a matter of when. So the real question every company has to ask is, how well will we plan for it when our time comes? Is your foundation built to last? Or is it time to start drawing up a new blueprint?